Hey everyone. So I kind of made a mistake last time and said that my next video would be the my finale. I forgot that I upload videos on Wednesdays too. So yeah, I'm glad that I remembered because I can record this one. So today we're going to be talking about OCD. Okay. Don't worry, I will be explaining what OCD is, but it's a neurodivergency. There are like some misconceptions about it. People just think it's when you're neat and tidy. It's like no, it's not. Okay, you can be neat and tidy and not have OCD as well. You know, like obviously I understand the misconception, but like there are people who are like, oh my god, I tidied my room for the first time in 8 years. I have OCD. It's like no, you don't. You just realize that you're a lazy. Ooh, almost said a bad word, but I actually almost said that. Oops. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, before we begin though, I have my script written down on the computer this time, so it's going to look a lot better now. So to start with, what is OCD? I'm glad you asked. It's short for Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. That was so much easier to say than the last one. Nothing really else to say about that. I think you all know what obsession and compulsion are, and then a disorder, obviously. So yeah, there's not really need to explain that. So we're just gonna move on to the next part. Now, what is OCD, you ask? It is a mental and behavioral disorder in which an individual has intrusive thoughts, which is the obsession, and feels the need to perform certain routines, which is the compulsion, repeatedly to relive the distress caused by the obsession. So, just say I was obsessed with hoovering, I would have to hoover like every 5 seconds. Okay, like that's real OCD right there. Um, but it goes to the extent where it impairs general function. I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest. But yeah, I think I actually thought of a really good example there. If like I was so obsessed with hoovering and I hoovered my room times a day, even though I know it's clean, but I have to hoover it. That is what real OCD is. So just because you hoovered once in your day, you do not have OCD. Okay, you just cleaned your room. So stop saying that you have OCD. Also, this one I don't really relate to this one because I actually I don't do this that much. But apparently, like most OCD people wash their hands several times a day, like an excessive amount of times. Not just like I wash my hands like 5 times a day. No, like they wash their hands like 700,000 times a day. I almost said 17 and then I changed it to 70 and I don't know what I did there. But yeah, so that like OCD people will do that, or they like might have to flicker the light switch several times as well. That's a good example as well. Or like other times, like this, I was watching a show about like hoarders, and the woman had trouble throwing things out because that's what a hoarder is. Which that in itself is a type of OCD. But we're not gonna get into that here. And then she had to like before she threw things out, she had to shake them like 5 times, even like not to see if there's anything in them because she shook a book 5 times. It's like I do actually feel sorry for you, but yeah, that's another example there. Other examples of obsessions can be like unwanted thoughts, like unwanted like mental images. Like if I imagine something, I'm not going to think of an example because I don't want to go too far. But like just if I imagine something repeatedly, that would be like a form of OCD. Or urges that generate feelings of anxiety. Boy, do I know that one. Or even disgust or discomfort, which obviously I know that one too. Yeah, as someone who feels anxiety every single day of their life, I definitely that one hits me hard. But yeah, yeah, that one that's not good. And then the compulsions are repeated actions and routines that occur, and they're basically a way to try and relieve the anxiety. Which yeah, I've cleaned the living room like so many times. I said why did I say a living room? My living room so many times once. Like I just went for it. Like once I start, I can't stop. Okay, that's why my room is so neat. I talked about some examples, but other examples of like compulsions are cleaning, counting, ordering. Oh boy, that one hits hard. Repeating, I do that. Avoiding triggers. I'm not really sure what kind of triggers there could be. Maybe like I don't know, guns or something like that. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Even hoarding, like I said. Neutralizing, seeking rations. I don't know what that word says. Praying, yeah, I don't pray, obviously. God. And even checking things, there's a lot of different compulsions that OCD people can have. But also, people with OCD may only perform mental compulsions, such as needing to know or remember something. So yeah, just say, like, I had to remember something. So I put several notes over my walls to try and remind me, which I do forget a lot of things, but that's the autism in me. So yeah, that things like that are like different, I guess, because that's not really like a compulsion. I would say that's more like being organized. I would say, like I don't really see anything wrong with that. Like obviously, I get people with OCD; they actually do have like a real issue that they need to solve, but Like, with this one, I feel like that one's kind of justified, really. I don't know. Maybe people disagree with me on that. Also, about compulsions, they occur often and typically take up at least 1 hour per day, impairing one's quality of life. I can definitely say for certain that they take up more than that, but sure. Yeah, I can't really think of any examples, but like, I don't think I have like full on OCD, but I think I might have a mild one. I sound like one of those people. God, I've become what I hate. But yeah, I like I Hoover like every day. I guess that's kind of just being clean, really. So yeah, I can't really think of any like reasons that I could have OCD, but like I definitely understand this 100%. Because everyone's different. To be fair. Another bad thing about compulsions, they cause relief in the moment, but cause obsessions to grow over time, which is because the repeated reward-seeking behavior of completing the ritual for relief. So, just like what I said, if the person hoovers 5 times a day, and then all their anxiety is gone, but then it'll be like, I need to hoover again, because, so it's a vicious cycle. Like, so you have the obsessiveness and then the anxiety, and then you have the compulsion that cures that. But then you realize that wait, I have to do it again because it felt good, and then it recycles over. It's probably annoying to deal with. And also, that reminds me, I need to say something about the ADHD video right there. A couple of times I used the word annoying, and I feel like I need to explain myself there. So sorry about the little tangent here, but when I said that, the first time it was a joke. It was meant to be like a reference to like the annoying kids that people associate ADHD with, because let's face it, like kids are all annoying. Doesn't matter if they have ADHD or not. And then the second time, I meant it's annoying to deal with, but I didn't specify that. So I'm gonna try and watch out for that from now on when I say the word annoying, because I don't actually mean that people with neurodivergencies are annoying. I just mean that they're annoying to deal with sometimes for the individual, okay? I just feel like I need to just specify that. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. Also, this one I definitely relate to. A lot of the people with OCD know that their compulsions don't make sense, but they still perform them to relieve the distress caused by obsessions. And, yeah. I think, there's a lot of things I do that don't make sense, even to me, but I still do them because, that's what feels right in my, head, That's how they feel as well, I don't really know what else to say about that, because although I can't really relate to this that much, like I said, I do understand it entirely, what else do you want me to say? Also, here's an interesting one as well. The cause of OCD is actually unknown, but environment and genetics factor into it. So, yeah, just say, you took someone out of their environment and it's causing them all different anxiety, and then they feel like, I need to clean my house, I need to clean it again, oh, yes, I need to clean it again, yeah, so like that, So if you're taking someone out of their environment and changing it, well, to be honest, I think it's the genetic thing, because most neurodivergencies are genetics, As much as people would love to try and deny it, you can't, because it's true, because they've existed a lot longer than, some certain things that I'm not going to mention. But yeah, OCD, I feel, at least in my opinion, is just genetics. Although I feel like some people although they kind of how do I explain this? So even though people can have it, I don't think that it'll awaken in them until a certain point. You know what I mean? Because again, everyone's different, but still, I hope you know what I mean. Also, I actually kind of understand this one. People often take photos in order to ensure the compulsions have been completed. So, if they lock their door, just say, they would have to take a picture to make sure they locked the door. And then they'd be like, did I lock the door? Yes, I did. Okay, so you know what I mean? So, even with unplugging things as well, or turning things off, they need to take pictures of that to make sure that they've done them. Or even feeding the dog, even. So, yeah, there's a lot of, different things there that I definitely understand. I feel like I should maybe take photos of things to make sure I do them, because most of the time I forget everything that I've done throughout the day, and it's not fun. No. Also, this one as well, which is actually quite scary, actually. Sometimes compulsions have to be completed, or they'll believe that some distresses will happen. They'll think if they don't turn the light switch off 17 times, their mother will die or something. I don't think that. It's not funny. I know I'd laughed a little bit there, but, it's not funny. Yeah, so they do actually, some people with OCD do believe things like that. I know it's hard to think that is real, but it is, and I do feel sorry for people like that. I don't really know what else to say, but it is sad, it is, because I don't think OCD is something that can just be cured. No neurodivergency can just be cured, ever, but I do feel I feel like I wish there was something I could do to, help them, like, help them cope with it. Not because it's not gonna go away, but I can, like, at least, I wish there was something, like, people could do to help them, you know what I mean? Okay, this one I actually saw in something, I'll talk about it a little bit, but postpartum can cause temporary or permanent OCD due to significant changes. So that obviously means if you've had a baby, like, obviously. And I actually have seen this happen. Not in my real life, but on everyone's favorite show, Vanderpump Rules. One of the stars, her name is Sheena, in case you don't know. This actually happened to her. So she had a baby, but then she started getting postpartum OCD over it, and it was like, you know, she kept thinking, if I don't do this, my child will die, or if I leave, my child will die, and she didn't trust anyone to watch her child. The only person she trusted watching her child was her mum or her sister, so they were always there, and that, it was like, her husband was getting a bit annoyed with it, but, like, there's not really much you can do about that. But then her daughter actually did end up breaking her arm, so I guess she was kind of right, to be fair. But yeah, I did feel bad for that. I do not like Sheena at all, but I did feel bad for her there a little bit, because I do kind of relate to that in a way. I'm sorry, but I do. But yeah, I just wanted to use her as an example, because she was the best example I could think of. Okay, my last point, I don't remember where I got this from. It's often described by OCD people as an itch that you can't scratch. I should have said this one first. I don't know why I saved this one for last. Yeah, so I guess that makes sense. I don't really know what else I can say about that, but yeah, it's like if you have an itch in somewhere that you can't reach, and, you know, you're trying to scratch it, but it's just always there. So imagine having to deal with that every single day in your head, you know? Like, what else do you want me to say? So, yeah. Okay, well, that's everything I have to say about having OCD. Let me know if you have OCD in the comments down below, or maybe if this video made you think that you have it. You should go get diagnosed or something, because it might be helpful for you. I don't know if I have full OCD, but I do think I have some symptoms of it. But to be fair, though, that also comes with autism as well. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it there. And now the next video is going to be my finale. I won't be here for a while, because the next few videos are just videos that I've made to, like, correspond with that. So they'll be about the finale. Like, the first video which will come out the finale I pre-recorded, so my hair is shorter and there's barely any stickers on this wall, but you'll see. And then the other two are, like, about the voice actors, so yeah. But anyway, that's I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you next time when, you know, in a few couple weeks. Bye!